Hello, students and parents. Welcome to yet another session from Concept Clarity for Physics. So, today we're going to deep dive in distance and displacement, which is part of one dimensional chapter of physics. So, we're going to see some example and we are going to see further differences of distance and displacement. Further differences. We're going to see further differences in this particular session. So, stay tuned, watch till the end. Okay. So let us take an example. I'll clear this so that I can take a coordinate system example. Clear this out. I have a table here which says what is the initial and final position of a particular particle. You have 1, 5. Then you have minus 1, you have 2. Then you have minus 6, you have minus 2. Then you have 7 and you have 3. So displacement, as we have studied displacement, is a change in position. It means the final position minus the initial position. So now in this particular example where you have initial position as 1 and final position as 5, if I have to draw it on the coordinate system, how will it look like? This is the x-axis, this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. This is the 0 point. I divide this into 5 parts: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the initial point is xi, which is at point 1, and the final point is 5, xf is 5. So now to calculate the displacement, what I do? Delta x is positive 5, positive 5 minus positive 1. This will give us positive 4 in the first case. In the second case, let us plot. Let us plot on the coordinate system. This is minus 1. This is the initial point, xi. 1, 2. This is xf. This is the final point. So delta x will be given as final point, which is plus 2 minus of minus 1, which is the initial point. So this will be given as delta x will be equal to 3. And this is true, right? This is true. It is, sorry, it is 3, positive 3. Am I right? It is positive 3. That means the change in position from the final to the initial is actually 1, 2, 3 units. And it is in positive sign because the change is positive. The final is actually on the positive side. Now let us take this example. Here we have minus 1, minus 2, and and minus 3, 4, and we have 6 here, minus 3, minus 4. So this is minus 5. I'm extending it here, minus 6. This is the x final. Minus 6 is minus 6 is initial, x initial, and minus 2 is x final. So delta x will be equal to final position minus 2 minus initial position, which is minus 6. So this will be minus 2 plus 6, which is positive 4. That means wherever we see positive sign, the object has moved on the in the positive direction. That means the object, if it is positive sign, the object has moved to the right side. The object has moved to the right side. Here as well, the object has moved to the right side because you have the change as positive. Now in the final case, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, and all the way, I'll just take it this 7. Xi initial and 3 is final. So delta x will be equal to initial 7 minus 3. Sorry, did a mistake here. It should be delta x will be equal to final 3 minus 7, which will be minus 4. Now the change here is negative. That means the direction of motion is on the left side because you got a negative sign. So as we saw here, in the first case, the direction was positive. The direction was positive. Third case also direction was positive. But in the final case, the direction was negative. That means even though you have negative positions as the initial and the final position, you can still have the displacement as positive. And even though here you have positive initial and final, your displacement can still be negative. So now if you change the origin, then what happens? What happens if you change the origin? In this particular case, you assume the origin this way. What happens if the origin changes and moves here? If you see what happens then, if the origin moves here, then the value of 7 will take minus and value of 3 will be minus. So delta x will be equal to final, which is minus 3, minus of minus 7, the initial, becomes positive 4. That means the displacement by itself has not changed, but the direction has changed. That means interesting point. I'll clear this. With change of origin, the displacement magnitude, or basically the magnitude of displacement, remains same, with change of origin. Very important point. Please take note of it. Okay. Please keep note of this point. So the origin has changed, but the magnitude remains same. But however, direction or the vector changes with change in origin. We saw in the earlier example that the sign associated with the displacement changed from negative, it became positive. This is with respect to change in origin. So here we saw that though the position changes, displacement magnitude did not change, but the direction changed. Another interesting point about displacement, I'll clear this. Another interesting point is that displacement can increase or decrease. Wow, sir, can increase or decrease? What are you saying, sir? Yes. With change in position. But distance always increases with change in position. Distance always increases with change in position. Very important point. Okay. Displacement can increase or decrease with change in position. So let us take as an example. We have the origin point as O. Okay, this is the origin point. Currently, the displacement currently the displacement may be around 5, for example. Now the displacement can reduce, right? Okay, let us take it coordinate system minus 5. Direction is on the left, so I've taken it minus 5. Now the object position has changed to the right. What happened to the distance? If it has moved 1 unit, distance didn't decrease, right? Distance increased. That means 5 plus 1 became 6. This is the distance. But displacement was initially minus 5. Initially it was minus 5, and it moved to the right 1 unit. It moved to the right 1 unit, means this was actually minus 4, right? Because it moved 1 unit. So minus of minus 4, this will become minus 5 plus 4, this will become equal to minus 1. So you see here that the displacement, which was minus 5 initially, has become minus 1. That means displacement has increased on the positive sense because it is moving to in the positive direction. Okay, that was all in this particular session. If you have still some doubts, you can please post it in the comment. Until then, like, share, and subscribe.